Right, question 9. Solve. So we're just going to be solving these equations. Right? So remember that when you're solving equations, it means that you are going to end up telling the examiner what x equals for this one, what y equals for this one, and what a equals for this one. Okay? So you're going to be doing the same thing to both sides to basically get down to just having the letter on its own. So the way that I always do that to remind myself is I put a dash line down the middle, and then I know whatever I do to the left-hand side, I've got to do to the right-hand side and vice versa. So I'm starting off here with 4 x's. How do I get 1x if I've got 4 x's? Okay? Can anyone remember? If you do that, you're going to be dividing both sides by 4, and that will give you the x equals 4. And I can check that. 4 times by 4 gives me 16, so I know I've got that one right. Okay, if that's jogged your memory and you want to have a go at the rest of them, off you go. Otherwise, just keep watching. So part B, this time we've got a fraction. Now remember that a fraction effectively is your divide sign, something over something else. This says y divided by 5 equals 4. So what do I do to get rid of that divide by 5? Do the opposite or the inverse. So I'm going to be timesing by 5 on both sides. So that gives me y equals 20 for that one. Okay. And in the last one, this time I've got 2 things with the letter. I've got that 5 and I've got that -8. Remember that when you eliminate things, you get rid of pluses and minuses first. It's like doing the opposite because we're doing inverse here. We do the inverse of BIDMAS as well. So we get rid of subtractions before we get rid of multiplications. The 8 is a subtract, the 5 is a multiply. So get rid of the -8 by adding 8 to both sides. And that leaves me with 5a equals 17 add 8 is 25. Now it's very similar to this first one up here. So this time we divided by 4. So now I've got a 5 in front of the letter. I'm going to divide by 5. And that will leave me with a equals 25 divided by 5 is 5.